This is the largest plastic toy army men I own. Look at this dude, he's huge!
That's what she said.
Made by Greenbrier International in China. I got him out of an Army Men mystery box a few videos ago. And for reference, this is the second largest Army Men type I have from BMC Toys, the Korean War Soldiers. And for reference on that, this is the third largest Army Men type I have, standard BMC Toy Soldiers. And for reference on that, this is the fourth largest type, which is Micro Army Men.
Whoa, very nice.
This is big boy, this is normal boy, and this is small boy. However, there is smaller. These are even smaller than Micro Army Men. These guys are teeny tiny army men based on Cold War era army men. So we've got a running M16A4 soldier here, and you can compare him to our boys. He is itty bitty. They are small. It is not size that matters, comrade. That's a lie. Do not people lie to you.
Girls only want boyfriends who have great skills.
We have Kneeling, M16A4 US Army soldier. And then I've shown these guys off before. They're very strange. They're like Chernobyl gas mask cleaner guys. I don't know exactly what they are, but they're really cool and very small. We have another one of them, like a fire hose, and that's actually what makes me think they might actually be Chernobyl cleaners, because hundreds of thousands of Soviets were deployed by the military in these gas mask uniforms in order to clean up toxic radiation. So these are our Chernobyl cleaner boys, and they look pretty cool. By the way, watch Chernobyl on HBO. Fantastic show. But before we get to the rest of the teeny tiny army man, like and subscribe, and I am very happy to announce this is finally here. Army Men Blight of the Empire Book 1. You guys know, with Army Men Civil War on Daily Tactics, I've been writing Army Men tales for years. And I finally, after about 2 years of writing and editing, have finished Army Men Blight of the Empire in the Army Men Wars series. Currently, it's available for pre-order on Kindle. Link in the description below if you want to add it to your wishlist or pre-order it. Its release is December 1st, and it's also going to be available in paperback and hardcover. So be sure to go in the link in the description below, either wishlist it or pre-order it. Helps me out a ton, guys. It's a really fun story about, of course, Green Army Men in the toy soldier world, and it's based on the Army Men Civil War characters from Daily Tactics. So link in the description below. Really appreciate you guys checking this out. I'm very excited. Getting the front cover actually made, it just hyped me up so much. So yeah, little under a month until this bad boy releases. Go check it out. Do it. Back to our teeny tiny army men. We've also got a trooper here slamming the butt of an M16A4 into someone. Brutal. Another kneeling trooper. This one's pretty cool. A kneeling trooper throwing a granata. And you can see these guys don't have the face masks on them or the gas masks. What's interesting is a lot of these guys are like 10 times more detailed than like standard army men, despite being tiny in comparison. This trooper does have the gas mask. However, it is a different gas mask than the Chernobyl boys have, and he's actually wearing a military helmet with a little bit of camouflage on it. Squatting military M16A4 trooper. Weirdly, this one is painted. It's the only one painted, and it's also World War II. He's got an M1 Garand, and he is a little bit smaller than the other ones. Just a tiny bit, though. Another standing at attention guy, another melee attack trooper, kneeling trooper, and that is it for our standard soldiers. But then we have the teeniest, tiniest M4 Sherman ever. But this cut that, whatever that noise was out. Nope. Oh god.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
But this is maybe the most detailed M4 Sherman for Army Men I've ever seen. Keep in mind, this is a standard-sized BMC toy Sherman, and that's the itty-bitty one next to it. Huge size difference there. Except the BMC toys, the only thing that moves is the top cannon. On the itty-bitty one, the front actually moves up and down. This moves, and the Browning is a separate piece on it, but it does not move. Slightly more versatile than the big boy. But it does come with a small crew. Got a soldier walking with a gas canister, the radio operator, and then this guy is for planes, but we'll include him in here because I do not have a teeny weeny plane. We also have some other small vehicles. There's this Humvee, bit more of a modern vehicle, obviously. It's small, but not quite the same tininess. Then we have an APC here, which stands for Armored Personnel Carrier, made by the same company. And again, it's micro-sized, but it's not quite as teeny-weeny as the Sherman. Gosh, this is the most adorable video I think we've ever made. Then we got the Transformer, which was from a mystery box, and it's goofy. And then we have a teeny tiny little horse, which is to scale with these guys, actually. Look at that. This guy would fit perfectly on said horse. Amazing. So, those are all of these teeny tiny, very detailed micro army men. However, I'm gonna show you the quickest way to make the largest, tiniest army men army. That's a mouthful. But it would be this, Risk pieces. So, Risk obviously sells teeny tiny game pieces. I bought these ones off of eBay. This full lot of all colors of a traditional Risk board, it cost me $10, which really isn't half bad. And the Risk pieces are fantastic. Now, obviously, it depends on which edition of Risk. If you get, a very original one, it's gonna be different. But if you get one of these ones, you get some beautiful cannon troopers right here. And they're all really well molded, actually. Very detailed for how small they are. These are tiny. Then you have your cavalry, and of course, your musket line infantry. Now, in some versions of Risk, you have tanks, in some you have battleships, etc., etc. There's even like Warhammer 40k Risk or Star Wars Risk. It's, there's a lot. But this is traditional Risk. We have yellow, and then we have gray, and all of these should be the exact same pieces for each faction, basically. Instant Gaming has literally saved me thousands of dollars from their deals. And if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you like Army Men. You can get the Army Men RTS for $1.07 on Instant Gaming. You can play the Men of War Assault Squad 2 Army Men mod for $3.23, or the absolute classic Toy Soldiers for just $7. Let's not forget, you can also save crazy money on Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Network cards, and Nintendo eShop credits. Trust me, Instant Gaming is extremely safe and my favorite place to buy cheap games. Then we have blue. Oh, my kitten is now on the brother. What? Sir, you're taking away from the content. It's like, I am the content. Oh my god, he is in destruction mode. So yeah, then you have blue, white. Man, this cellophane they wrap these in sucks. Then we got red. Wonderful. And then finally we have green, which is, of course, the classic Army Men color. This is a really cheap way to build a micro Army Men army if, this is the scale you want to do. It's just kind of fun. And you can get it for even cheaper. So again, these were $10 on eBay, but I also went to my local Goodwill and found this Risk for $6. I have not opened it yet. I thought it would be kind of fun to open it at home to see if the pieces are actually in there, because a lot of times people steal from Goodwill board games. But the fact that you can get this for $6 at Goodwill, that's really good. The game's also fun. Takes a long time though. Enough yapping. Let us see. Was that cringe? Possibly. Hey, I see pieces. Very nice. Here's the game board, which is obviously just earth. Very nice. We've got our cards here. Some die. This is very nice, actually. We might have scored here. $6 for a new Risk game. And there we have our pieces. Beautiful. There's a hair in them. Why is there always hair in these videos? It's gross. Now, with all of these teeny weeny little Risk army men, I also purchased these, which I believe are the vintage original Risk pieces. Now, these suckers are various tiny squares, basically. So you have your little squares, and then you've got like these little oval things as well. And I'm guessing there's a third piece. Maybe it's like rectangles and squares or something like that. But either way, I'm decently sure that originally these little blocks were used as the soldiers instead of the teeny weeny little army men. However, what's nice is that with these blocks, we can make a little tiny fortress for our little tiny army men to defend.
That's awesome.
This could be insanely frustrating to build, considering the fact that each of these pieces is tiny. However, I think it'll be a fun challenge. So what we're gonna do is build a small green fortress and have some enemies attacking. Let's build the smallest army men battle ever, potentially? Okay, so we've got our actual fortifications set up here. We have line battle formation of our musket troopers in the front. In the back, we have our ramparts with cannons ready to fire and groupings of sharpshooters. And then on the flanks, we have small cavalry charges, literally small cavalry charges, because they're tiny. Now, for the enemy, I want to do like little groupings of lines marching forward, maybe cannons in the back, and then cavalry on the sides to match the enemy cavalry. I think I'm gonna use red army men for this. I feel like we never get to see red army men, so let's go for that. Again, cavalry on the flank, infantry in the middle, artillery in the back, baby. Let's go. Alright, we've got the armies assembled to march on the fort here, and I think this turned out fantastic. I really dig the micro army men. There's something really cool about it, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think? We got the musket line up front, we got the cavalry meeting the enemy cavalry on the flanks, and then the artillery guns in the back ready to pepper the ramparts as their infantry assaults. Very Battle of Waterloo-esque that we got going on right now. This is sick. And it's a really affordable way to build a massive army men battle, to be honest. Probably the most expensive units in this are, well, actually the old school ones, the wood block ones, but even still, you can buy those for pretty cheap, or you could use, you know, just regular wood blocks if you really wanted. I don't know. I think this is awesome. What do you guys think about this? And of course, we have an absolute metric ton more of these teeny tiny little army men. There's just so many of them. It's absurd. And honestly, why don't we go ahead and give away some of them? I'll just throw a ton of these into a bag for you guys, and I'll give away that bag shipped to y'all. All you got to do is hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below. What do you think of the micro army men? And do you think I should build a massive micro army men force in the future? We could just buy a crap ton of these. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out Army Men Blight of the Empire, either wishlisted or go and pre-order it if you're interested. Link in the description below. I really appreciate it, boys. I am so excited about this book coming out. It is going to be incredible. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in next week's video. Peace.